There you go. You didn't just press stop, did you?
No.
Okay.
It's still going.
That would have been bad.
This is an amazing start.
We're keeping this all in, or are we gonna...
Yeah, I think I'm going to.
Jesus.
I mean, since we're not doing live, if we do have parts we don't like, we just simply.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, that's making the final cut.
All right, there you go. Now how do you sound?
Suit to you.
The same? Oh, cool.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. So first, I mean, we're gonna start talk. You can start promoting yourself or doing whatever.
Yeah, that's
just as a
fine.
start.
Obviously, Threatline is music, but my specific handle would be Muscle Lab, be the YouTube channel, and then also Tailored Training. Google that, and you can find me. Basically, let's start talking about fitness.
I have to lock someone up before we continue.
No, he's fine. I
Cat.
can't hear him that much. I don't know if Kevin can on his.
Come on.
Kevin would know. Jesus fuck.
Anyway,
the camera can see that. He just ran into that.
On that note, fitness. Today's topic: different approaches to training. For example, Kyle, would you like to maybe allude to your training style that you favor, or
well,
things that you like to include when you make up a workout for yourself?
It kind of flip flops, especially if I'm like super stressed. If I work too hard, it can just fuck with me. So like if I'm going to like on a basic, my basic workouts I always make sure to hit like at least these 4, which is the deadlifts, dips, front squats, and pull-ups. But even then, like even with those, if I'm under a lot of stress, I'll just be like, oh fuck it, just go pure body weight. And I don't want to do body weight all the time because then I get unused to. That's not a word. I get not used to doing weights anymore. So the issue with that is like, overall, I feel better after body weight workouts and doing body weight workouts a lot. But yeah, I don't want to not do with the weighted stuff. Like, I would say that, I used to always just do that as a basis, the weighted stuff. But like, I always had a problem with just workouts in general, just going and doing the same thing a little too much, and it kind of what's the word I'm looking for?
Repetitive.
There's an actual term for it when you're in the gym and you do a motion too much. What is this?
Oh, reciprocal inhibition, I believe that you're looking for.
What was that? Reciprocal inhibition?
Yeah.
Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pattern overload. No, that's the one.
Memory serves. Just laid him a little spacey. Call him Ted Spacey. But if memory serves, it is when something becomes repetitive to the point to where it's almost muscle memory, it's like reflex. And then after a while, that gets boring to the body. The body doesn't want that anymore. The mind doesn't want that. So you have to constantly make that adaptation when it calls for it in order to keep the muscle confusion going.
Yeah. It's like really, for me, it's like, when you ask that question, it's like, for baseline stuff that I do, I just try to hit those main body parts. Deadlift, I think, is most important, but I also don't think you should do it too often because you can fuck up your back, especially when you're working and you're also doing that. Like I do a lot. I'm basically doing deadlifts at work a lot, but like as a basis, as a basic thing is that. But as far as what I do normally, I don't always switch it up, but I switch it up enough that I can't actually give a full on straight answer.
What are those 4 lifts you're aiming for each time?
Well, the 4 ones, if 2 of them, if I'm doing like trying to do weights and stuff like that. Well, actually, technically with the dips and pull-ups too, do the additional weight, like a backpack or the chain or whatever like that. Try to do deadlift, like I said, deadlifts, dips, front squats, and pull-ups. But more often with the bodyweight ones, instead of just doing pure like strength, because that's what I'm doing when I'm doing those. I'm just trying to make sure I don't fall out of shape, basically, when I'm just sticking to those ones. But when I do the upper body ones, I try to hit like pyramid or reverse pyramid type stuff with that. But then a lot of times I'll like that's kind of like the safety one when I can't think of anything to do as well. Those kind of workouts, or like whatever body weight replacements I can do for that. I don't know if you know what that one's called, where you're doing pull-ups but you're at this position.
The L-sit pull-up.
Yeah, it kind of works some of the muscles you were with a deadlift, but
Did
not
your
all
knuckles
of them,
crack when you reached up?
Yeah, I think it was that. Not the legs, obviously, but it works a decent amount of those muscles. So I'm able to kind of replace them with body weight stuff if I feel like I'm doing too much weight and kind of fucking myself up a little bit. But I was saying that was like a safety for it, but really beyond that, I'll try to work other types of different stuff around that. Like, what do I feel is lacking right now? Like, what in my body feels like, it's not really up to. Yeah. Yeah.
I know you worked out with me for like 2 years, and I prescribed all the workouts, but you had worked to make a workout for yourself and for your other friends and family.
I mean, it's been a while, but yeah, I have done it.
From what I don't know, indirectly taught you, what would you say you would? What are the main things you would include into a workout program if you were going to do something for a couple weeks?
Well, it depends on what you're trying to work, because there's certain things you want to try to work on, or there's certain goals you want to reach. So there's certain things you're gonna have to start working on. So it's been such a long time since I've written a workout, so like the way I'm gonna say this is gonna like maybe not be too accurate, but I'm sure you can correct me. But usually, you start with strength, like overload, just go really heavy if you are trying to strength build. I guess going off of that for strength building, you just start heavy with like the heaviest thing, like if it was like deadlifts or bench pressing or squatting, just stuff like that. And then you switch off to usually like, it wouldn't be as heavy depending on what you're trying to go for that day, but
A moderate weight.
Yeah, moderate weight that you can work with, that's going to be working on those parts. But I think I don't know what else to add to that.
Well, I had a few things. I had a few things I wanted to add about what was going on with me.
We'll go back to you, Kyle. You throw that in.
I guess the only other thing I would say though was at least to do like some sort of like ab shuffle or something like that at the end, so you're working everything almost.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of literature out there that say you can combine the ab workouts with the actual full body or whatever you happen to be working that day workout in order to, I guess, tie in the core with the rest of the body, whatever part you may be working. That is true, and then other literature would suggest that you need to work abs separately. You only have so much energy that your cells can produce in a single session, depending on what you eat and if your carbs are high enough. And
should we include no rest day on abs in this?
You need a rest day every once in a while.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely.
But I
would say every 5 days.
You don't need like 2 days for an ab break though. Maybe a day.
No, I wouldn't take 2 days in a row.
Well, yeah,
but I would
not
take
like
a day
actual
off
strength
every
building.
3 to 5 days.
I was gonna say, when I was talking about rest days, my current workout thing is like I was just getting back into it because I took I think I started to notice I was sick when I started feeling really fatigued, so I took some time off working out. Then I actually got sick, and he got sick too. I don't know what it was, but yeah,
It was a head cold.
Yeah, I don't think it was Rona, even if it was. Anyway,
it was definitely a head cold. I was over that shit in like 3 days.
Yeah, I wasn't. But the thing is, though, like I had to take a.
That's differently.
My problem was, and this is gonna go into something else I was gonna say about fitness that I think should be talked about. Well, actually, it also helps with mental health. Anyway, I'm gonna start with this, then I'm gonna continue over that. What I was gonna say was like I took a week off working out, and I'm like just getting back into it. The problem, though, what I'm going into now is about diet. When I was sick and not working out, and unfortunately, instead of eating healthier, that's when my diet kind of got fucked up a little bit. And I was drinking all the Cokes Ken had in the fridge and shit like that, doing shit I shouldn't have been doing. But the thing is, what I was gonna say is like what I've noticed recently is like a lot of us, specifically in America, our mental issues we have. A lot of it actually comes from diet and the shitty foods we eat, and it fucks with your brain.
Yeah, that's why I'm so
Yeah.
fucked up. I eat fast food.
Honestly, yeah. If you ever feel
No.
real fucked up and like in just like a weird state in your mind, it's probably because you're eating a lot of sugars and shit like that.
I mean, yeah, no. Like, I haven't, like, sat there and, like, realized, oh, that's the source. But yet again, that like that's a lot of what I eat, and that's, like, part of the reason of why I haven't lost what I need to reach my goal.
Yeah.
But,
Really, if you just cut soda out.
yeah.
There's a lot of people who made some big gains on just
cutting out
water,
soda. Yeah.
pop the water, whatever it is, sugar.
Just drink them
water.
seltzers,
Yeah.
man. It doesn't cost that much.
Yeah, that's a great way to
Yeah.
convert or to get that water intake too.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else, Kyle?
Yeah, I was going to say, you had more to add, didn't you? Because that pretty
I
much
was-
covered everything
yeah.
I was saying for my end.
I was just opening up the dialogue, I guess, for diet and mental state that people don't really think about. They don't really think
Yeah.
about mental health when it comes to
Well, actually-
shit food to eat. It's weird because you start to eat the shit food because you
Yeah.
feel like shit, and it's a very temporary comfort,
Yeah.
and then it fucks you up in the long run.
Dude,
It's just
I've actually, like, heard people, it's like eating this
Very
stuff makes me happy. And it's like, if that's the case, you have a problem.
it makes you happy very momentarily. It's like
Yeah.
alcohol.
Yeah, exactly.
Alcohol makes you feel great in the morning,
That's why
and
there's
then
so many
not in the
alcoholics.
morning. It makes you feel great at night.
Hey, for alcoholics, Jesus Christ.
It makes you feel great at night in the morning. That's another
Great
thing
in
that
the
makes
morning
you
when you wake
that
up
that,
bad
that
anyway.
makes you an alcoholic is if you do the hair of the dog thing a lot.
Yeah.
You just keep. That means you keep drinking every day, basically. Because you're
Yeah.
like, well, I'm hungover. I'm gonna drink this. All right, I feel better. But
Yeah.
I'm drinking now. I might as well keep going, and then the cycle just keeps going
Yeah.
and going.
It's a vicious cycle.
Trust me.
So does the
yeah.
poor food taste, but it is important to make sure you're watching what you're eating because honestly, the gains are 85
And
90%.
don't feel bad
in
when
the
you
kitchen.
fuck up every now and then. That's the problem with
And
people.
you're
too.
supposed to give
They're,
yourself a
they're
little
really
bit of
hard
fuck
on
up.
themselves and
You're
then they give
supposed
up.
to be
because-
Yeah, yeah. And it's like, oh, this is too hard. But,
You go too strict, then in my opinion, it's harder to maintain that.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, if that's what you're all about,
That's like me with the Mountain Dew earlier. I'm like, I'm weak. but I was like,
Well, honestly, I drank about, like, 3/4 of that. Maybe it was because I was chugging it. But I was like, man, I don't really want any more of this. And I dumped the rest out.
oh.
I've been also trying to wean off a pop.
But anyway,
Speaking of
topic
which-
fitness would be the different approaches.
There was something else I was going to say about fitness, of not feeling bad as well. You know, don't feel bad to take a rest day, like if you're hurt or something, because don't keep working on it if it's hurt.
What
But yet again,
important
we've
to
also
work
done that a lot.
through the injuries as well.
Yeah.
And on the note of what you were saying with being sick and taking a week off, that's important. You don't always want to work out,
Don't do what I did,
particularly to make progress.
substitute it with shitty eating.
Yeah, don't do that either. But, you can't really make progress when you are sick, so you should take that time off.
Yeah.
But different approaches to training, I would include the standard in reverse pyramid. The dual pyramid style. There's basic pyramid. There's the HIIT. There's all that. High intensity interval training.
Yeah.
So many different types of ways to work out there. I know for myself when I train people, and I don't train athletes per se, but I do have an athletic training base.
Yeah.
I train superheroes. Okay, so we get in there, and I would say there's 5 with a maybe bonus 6 compound lifts that you need to include. Maybe bonus 7 if you want to put weighted dips in there as well. But you need the bench press, and this is just talking weights. Okay, we got bench press, we got squat or front squat, we got the deadlift, the barbell row, and then the bonus 6 would be the weighted pull-ups, and bonus 7 would be weighted dips. I believe I don't know. You guys might want to count me on that. Oh, and the other one is overhead press.
Ah, yes.
Almost forgot that. Okay, that should be all 5 plus the bonus 2. In my
I hope the mic didn't pick that up.
professional
No,
opinion,
no.
are things you're gonna have to hit week after week in a certain regimen that makes it so that you can train without overtraining. In my opinion, there really is no overtraining. If you have a properly
It's under resting.
structured, exactly. If you have a properly structured routine, then if there's anything, it's under resting. So like you said, rest is important. So like when I go into it, the very first thing is a compound exercise, one of those 5. I favor the push-pull legs routine, but I am not going to be hypocritical when I say that I don't follow the bro splits as well. I'm a big fan of the bro splits.
Bro splits.
Yes, the chest day, back day, leg day,
Oh yeah.
arm day.
I thought you were talking about, like,
You know what's funny?
split squats
It's funny
or
is
some shit.
you're
No,
talking about
no.
these exercises and how I say my safety is those 4 exercises, but it's I do a lot of stuff around that. So I'm thinking about, like, despite me always advertising mainly those 4, I think I've done almost every exercise like ever.
The nice thing about most of those exercises is they can be done with a barbell. Of course, they're designed with the barbell. They can be done with dumbbells, allowing more range of motion and room for stability and other things. But you can also do it one arm at a time when you have those dumbbells, right? So that builds a whole different structure of strength when it comes to core stabilization, muscle strength output. Like, takes a lot of grr to get one dumbbell up at a time when you're not holding on to anything else.
That's why it's usually good that I hold into my
One
chest.
exercise I really recommend. I mean, in the name, it's obvious why I do. It's like because I haven't done them so long. I'm like, fuck, I love them. Most people hate them, I think, but I love them. It's the man makers.
Oh yeah, renegade row, man makers.
Push up row, or whatever you want to call it. You know,
That's
for
very-
the people that don't know what man
There's a lot
makers
of
are.
exercises that have a lot of names. There's really no wrong answers here.
Why am I blanking on what the man makers are? I know I've done them before, right?
Imagine a push-up with dumbbells in your hand as
Oh yeah, okay, I have done them. It's been a while since we've done those.
Yeah, it's been a while
Yeah.
for me too because I don't have dumbbells to do them with. I haven't been over to the
Yeah.
gym, your gym, in forever.
Yeah.
I was gonna go Monday.
I've been very
but, like,
unrested.
I feel very comfortable just sitting here at mom's. It's like, plus the drive would be longer versus if it was from here to
Yeah.
your place. No, I wasn't doing that. It would take me like a half hour to get to your place.
Yeah.
But so on top of the big lifts, the compound lifts is accessory lifts. What are you doing on top of that to tie in the main parts to the other parts? So let's say you're working on chest on a push day. You're throwing in your bench press, then you have to put in that intermediate exercise that isn't too heavy, like Kent was talking about, the moderate exercise that you can throw weight around, get a nice little hypertrophy pump going and whatnot, maybe get some strength overload depending on what you're going for. You knock that out and then you go down to the accessory lifts. So if we're speaking chest and push and whatnot, you'd be looking to do something like a crossover or a cable fly or a band fly, something that accentuates the main function of the chest and also can tie in that little extra bit that, say, a press or a push just won't, because you gotta hit every area and every angle when you're working with a muscle. I personally like to make a chest day include also a calf type of thing. And I like lining that up with a leg day afterwards just because it's a lagging body part for myself. Both of those, I like pairing it with leg days because of their... Now, some people would argue a myth, other research would argue otherwise, but there is a major testosterone, and I wouldn't even say major, it's just a marginally bigger than any of the other body parts. But when you work legs, you get a huge testosterone boost and hormone boost.
Yeah.
Because it's the biggest biggest localization of muscles outside of the glutes, where you got a lot going on here, a lot of blood flow and whatnot. And anytime you exercise, after a
And
while,
guys,
your testosterone.
Don't be afraid to work for a nice butt. Girls like that.
Guys gotta work booty too.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Have a nice pair of
I mean,
baseball
if you-
cheeks and you like
I don't know
that
if
shit.
you said you piece. I was gonna say something about something. I was gonna say it's like a lot of guys will work out. Is this random? Not too random. Obviously, we're just talking about fitness in general. But like a lot of guys want to get bigger chests and they work out their chest too much and they work out their back enough. So since they work out their chest, do the push motion so much, their posture looks like this. So the chest doesn't stick out enough. It's like, why isn't my chest getting bigger? Because you're not doing the rows, you're not doing the pull-ups.
Yeah, it's important to have very good posture when
Yeah.
we're talking about just living, because There's a difference between closed down lungs and opened up lungs.
This
This is not.
Yeah, I do that
showing off.
stretch
This
where I
is
have
how
a
you're supposed
pillow
to
under my
stand.
back and I stretch out like this. My lungs, man, I'm like
You
whole
should do
shit ton
next
of
time
air.
after you're in that position, give it a little twist
Oh yeah.
and hold it in one side or the other.
But I don't know if this is another thing that a lot of people miss out on, but like triceps, I feel like that's a thing that we've discussed before that not a lot of people focus on when doing
Well,
arms.
that too. When they
Like
want
getting
bigger
big
arms,
arms.
everyone's doing the curls.
Yeah,
and
everyone's
not
doing
the-
curls and shit.
60% of your arm is actually made up by the tricep,
Yeah.
whereas 40% is the bicep. So if you're trying to get a bigger arm, you're not necessarily going to be working on the bicep exclusively.
Yeah.
You're going to want to do the long head of the tricep most importantly, because it's going to be the one that you can see from the side. It pops out through the shirt. It puffs up the actual muscle.
You want to do it with the other arm for the camera?
Oh yeah.
So
long head
video
starts up
lookers
here,
can see.
and then ends into the elbow here. So flexed in the light, you can see it better. The horseshoe, where there's multiple arm or tricep muscles, that's what you're going to see from the side.
And now you
This
explained it. He
this
flexed
this
it.
also is the most vascular man I think I know personally.
Yeah, spider veins.
Yeah.
See my feet. It's kind of alien-like.
Freaky.
But on the flip side, when you are training the biceps, if you want bigger biceps and bigger arms, and you're speaking just specifically biceps, then you're going to want to work brachialis.
microphone.
I would say turn around, but you got a whole fucking tail behind you, so you just knock everything over. Yeah.
Brachialis is going to be that bicep muscle that runs underneath the main meat, the peak, in other words, of the bicep. And that's what's going to pop that out more. It's going to be mostly hammer, crossbody curls, stuff like that's going to pump up that muscle and doesn't just lead from inside here, but also on the other side here. So you'll be able to see that peak emphasized from both sides. So.
If you really want to figure out how to do it, go to Taylor Training.
Wait. Is it spelled like our name or like?
I think it's tailored like TAI,
Or
isn't it? Or is it tailored with
like a suit tailor?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's
TAILORED.
tailored to
Yeah.
pun on the last name.
Yeah, the caption in here. I can actually pull out a card for you guys. Here you go, Kyle. Your hands are less shakier than mine. Can you see that?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know.
I don't know.
They don't need to see my Parkinson's.
Here, hold on, I got it.
Yeah, I can't
Just
really.
so you don't have to get up. I mean, I have mild Parkinson's too. But
Training tailored to you. That's where the pun's at.
trying to get
So yes,
it
my
to
name is
focus.
Kevin Taylor.
I don't know if it's focusing.
It's not focusing.
Focus, damn it. We could probably include it in the description or some shit.
Yeah.
Point is, you can go there, or you can also follow the YouTube channel. There we go. Muscle Lab.
Muscle
Muscle Lab.
It's a space, right? Muscle and then lab.
Yes, Muscle Space Lab. There you'll find how-to tutorials, workout vlogs, and
We
a couple per.
at a
POV
certain
videos,
point here,
stream POVs.
which kind of transitions. At a certain point here, we're gonna have an actual song for his channel.
Yeah, it's just lifting off. I'm not gonna lie, but got good stuff there, and not quite finished. There's way more. Let's say pizzazz, waiting around the corner.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so far, at least, inspiration, I think we can at least talk about for it. For me, personally, was Doom.
Well, yeah,
Like-
because it has a part
Yeah.
that kind of sounds like.
But I don't know if I want to say, like, old Doom or Mick Gordon Doom.
Doesn't it sound more like new?
I feel like with the drums, yeah. Because old Doom had that electronic drum beat. I mean, I have electronic drums, but, you know. It
You have
doesn't produce
the
electronic
part
sound.
the part with the palm mutes and shit where it's more kind of like primal sounding. The doom.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely more Mick Gordon sounding. But that's probably my only inspiration for that. I don't know. You're the one who came up with the riff, and it just
Yeah.
sounded doomy to me. So.
Well, that's the thing is like I had that riff for a while. I think I made that during Christmas time of it was either 2017 or 2018.
Jesus.
And like, but I always thought I didn't think it was that good. I thought it was like, oh, it just sounds like a traditional heavy metal riff, and I just hadn't played it in a while. I was like, and just the other day, I mean, it's not the first time you ever mentioned it, but the other day before we ended up jamming on it, is we were talking about, we should probably eventually make a song for your channel, and then I was just like, I haven't played this one in a while. I played it later. I'm like, that's better than I remember it being.
Better than the old copyright-free GoPro customize or GarageBand exclusive, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
See, now I would almost think about doing an intro for some of my gaming stuff, but like I feel like if I do an intro like song for gaming shit, it should be more lo-fi like than something like really fucking heavy going in. Because what if it's really heavy going in, and the next thing you know, I'm playing like, I don't know, Sims. I mean, I'm not saying I would record Sims, but I'm just putting like an example down.
I was trying to think through all the songs we already had, if something would work. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
no, we gotta purposely make it sound like it's like an arcade game.
yeah.
Just make it sound like, yeah.
I mean, I definitely could get something
Some
together.
electronic drums or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you'd be interested in helping me do. I wouldn't say it's a solo album, but a solo project, maybe like 3 or 4 songs. I wanted to do a Weather Channel style lo-fi guitar sample.
I don't know.
Specifically for those type of situations.
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard some of the songs out of the playlist, but the artist, I think it's Presner.
Yeah, I think you're talking.
Yeah,
Totally
it's a lot more John Frusciante inspired riffs, but it's definitely something like that if you want to get some inspiration. I mean, I'm sure you already got some shit in your own head, but he like literally his entire catalog is that.
Yeah.
I was trying to think about. I have a lot of fucking riffs and songs I want to get together. It's just for one reason or another, there's always some setback.
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, currently it's not always you, but currently it's you.
Yeah. Just for what, like 3 songs we still need to record?
Yeah, not including Kevin's song. So technically that's a 4th one, but
that's not part of the album.
That one's
or is that part of the
one's
album?
easier because you and me will be able to do it like we did on the old songs, where we just kind of you and me just jam together on.
Yeah, I feel like that'll be a lot easier now.
Out, because that's fun doing that because it's like more of a live setting.
Yeah.
When it was just you and me playing. The only reason we haven't done live like as a whole band for like recording is because like we needed something together to show off, to be like, this is the sound we're looking for.
Yeah.
Whatever, something like that. It's hard to communicate when you don't. It's hard to communicate what's in your head.
Yeah.
Out to once it's actually there, it's like, oh, okay, I get it. We can jam on that. And, yeah.
Yeah, that's about what my workout routine came up to earlier. Was it sounded great in my head, and then I started saying it. I'm like, wow, I sound fucking retarded. I shouldn't say that.
I was thinking about that live from the office. It's like, you don't call retarded people retards. You call your friends retarded. Friends retards when they're being retarded.
I mean, it's true. I feel like a lot of people get mad at that.
It's like he was saying it, and it was a very Michael Scott way. But I was thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, if there's someone you don't want to call a retard, it's someone who's got a mental disability.
Yeah.
But if it's your friend being a dumbass, I think you should be allowed to call him a retard.
I mean, that could be argued with a lot of other things, which I'm not going to get into. But
yeah, no, we're not getting to the whole
we're not that
social
kind of
justice type shit. At least on this podcast, I'm not.
God
to
no.
touch on that.
I hope that God would never talk about that. And if we ever bring on, like, I don't know if Jim would join in on the podcast, but I'm afraid he would say something like that.
Yeah, that's the thing too. It's like I was not calling them for this one.
Yeah. I don't even know if you do.
Yeah, it came into my mind. It's like, Jip, nope. No. Instantly, I shut myself down. I was like, don't do it.
Yeah.
Not until we're a little established, I guess, and he kind of knows the rules. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Having him just freely talk about shit, he's gonna say a bunch of shit we're gonna have to cut or something.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Might have to cut the retard bit, but
I don't know.
Probably.
Maybe, but I think I explained it well. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
I mean, yeah, but also it doesn't matter how well you can explain things. Someone's gonna get offended.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, everyone's offended at everything.
2021.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Karens out there.
All right, let's move past offending people though. What else were we talking about?
Well, we were just talking about
fitness.
music.
Yeah, I mentioned the gaming thing, but
And, what I guess we have been working on.
yeah, I mean, I have the gaming channels and whatnot, but I have not worked on them. Mainly do the hardware stuff, but it's mainly just laziness, to be honest, of just getting it hooked up. Well, at least the game capture I have, because that's a pain in the ass to hook up. But like I've been wanting to upgrade my stuff and at least start streaming on Twitch, which I do. I already have a Twitch and shit. Kent Dog 117. But I don't know, there's not really much more to say to that.
About the gaming stuff?
Yeah.
No, I was just what was I going on about? We were talking about music and what we needed to do still, or kind of what. Do you want to explain what kind of music we do?
It depends on like I don't know what you mean by explain the music we do, like our inspiration or how we record it. Like, what do you mean?
Like, you know, we call it like groove metal, right?
Yeah.
Oh, how do you describe it?
Yeah, if we're describing it, like, yeah, we call it groove metal, but like the best way to put it is Kyle has a lot of inspiration that's heavy metal, and I have a lot of inspiration that's a funk rock type thing, like the Chili Peppers, or I mean, Rage kind of has it a little bit, mainly because you're keeping a kind of funky beat going because, you know, the lead is a rapper.
Yeah.
I mean, even though there's a lot of songs where he's just screaming, but still, he's rapping a lot of the time.
I wish. Okay, here. I was thinking about the time it's taken to like record the album. I totally wish. I've always felt this way, even when we started. I want to play them live. I like making them. I could make like riffs just very quickly, but I kind of wish I could just wish the actual recorded song into existence. That's the part I don't like. That's the part I like the least, is actually having to record them and put them together on the record.
Yeah. I mean, that's
that's
what you gotta deal with like a whole band and whatnot, is like different inputs and shit.
Yeah, it's just, well, it's not.
That's why electronic music comes out so fucking fast.
It's not even that. It's just like that's the work part. is when you're recording the songs versus when you're creating them and then you're playing them. There's that period in between where you're in the studio recording it, and the one big thing about the studio thing that a lot of musicians relate to, it's fucking ridiculous. We could rehearse it, get the song perfect. The second you press that record button, somebody fucks up.
Every time.
Yeah. Or we start fucking up so bad we start getting into a laughing fit. Then we can't even start the recording because we're laughing too hard.
Yeah, there's a lot of wasted time.
That specifically happens with the vocal stuff though, because it ends up like you flubbing over your words, and then you just end up going off of that.
The thing is, here's the thing.
Yeah,
I've always wanted
full boom power.
I've always wanted to record that stuff, like video of it. But every time I go to record a lot of the stuff we've done, I don't know. I get like, it feels like more pressure when a camera's on versus when we're just recording normally. That's why we have some footage I've found of us recording stuff, but like we don't have a whole lot. We don't have it for every single song. We have it.
Yeah.
In fact, all the ones is from real early stages of us putting the stuff together. Besides that, there's like almost no video.
Yeah, no.
Of the rest of it.
There's a lot of video of Frozen. I can guarantee that.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
The song took us like 3 years to put together.
That was the first one. That was when we were.
Well, it took 2 years to get the original, and then, like, I think it took like, I don't know how long to get the re-recorded.
It was we.
I don't think it took a whole year though.
We started recording in 2017.
Yeah.
By the time we recorded the final version, it was 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2 years.
That was the one we practiced with. That was the one we were learning how to do stuff with, or how to actually record a song properly with. It was so weird because it's such a simple song, but it's like it made it harder to do everything with it. I don't fucking know what it was.
It turned out to be a good thing though, because then I ended up switching drum sets from the start of the recording to what it is now.
Yeah.
Which this drum set's way better because
No,
it was
I
way
remember
more
Frozen and Peril, those two songs we recorded with the original drum set.
Yeah.
And then you re-recorded with this one, but now you've re-recorded it a third time with the new drum sound that we're currently doing.
Yeah.
Because the drum sound he had before, the cymbals were way too loud and they were drowning out everything else and making the whole mix sound like shit.
And not only that, but like it's not realistic to a drum, and like in the way that like this has certain areas that you can hit on the drum and it'll sound different. So it's a little bit more realistic. But with the other drum set you're just hitting the pad and it'll make one note every time.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, did you have something to say, or did you have to leave or something?
Yeah, I was gonna say it was about that time.
I don't know if we
would say
go
I'd
longer
like to
because
add
technically,
Frozen is probably my least favorite and my most favorite on the album because of the way that it was approached, and
it was such a
and how much effort, passion.
Nothing makes you
Confusion.
not really like a song so much like working on it for literally 2 years.
Yeah,
That's the only reason why it's my like least favorite song on the album that we
But
put
technically,
together.
if you step away for a
Right.
while and then you go back to listen again,
Yeah.
you're like, oh yeah, that was pretty good. I
Go to
remember
find
why
out.
we went through all that fucking effort.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
most people's favorite song.
Yeah,
So,
that's exactly like the thing too. Is like, even if I'm not a big fan of it, I'm sure everyone else is like, "Oh
Right,
man,
yeah.
it's my favorite song." And it's
Well,
like,
I mean, you like
you
the
don't
fact
know.
that you like the fact that that was the first. Actually, it's the only song where you have isolated solo vocals.
yeah,
And that was really just because, like, I was thinking about the choruses. I'm like, I don't want to be doing much on drums, but what the fuck else are you gonna do? Because the rest of the song, you're just going,
yeah, yeah, and like literally the chorus was just,
So I'm like, just have them sing.
which is, I mean, it won't be a task to do with just those drum parts because that drum part is literally
Five, seven,
cymbal hi hat, cymbal crash. Oh, not cymbal crash. I'm fucking this up.
I wanna.
Snare, hi hat, crash, snare. I am stroking out really badly right now and explaining this, but you can hear it in the song. Just listen to the song.
I was gonna go. I was gonna.
Frozen.
I wanted to go into stuff more, but I don't want to keep Kevin. But like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
We'll have to cut it.
there's nothing that says we can't continue. when
we've
you-
we've gone about 40 minutes
continue
now,
this.
so we can probably continue another like 5 minutes, right? Or do you want to like? I said like it's almost 40 minutes. We can continue for like another 5 minutes, and
I don't know if he has anything to add.
Or-
If he doesn't have anything to add, it's not a huge like.
Yeah.
I had a few
Really.
things I wanted to say, but
I'm just being rushed out the door myself.
gotcha.
but
I mean, was there anything else you wanted to add?
No.
Okay.
But that's what
there's some things I
said.
wanted to say. I'm kind of blanking on now because we were talking. I was kind of on a roll for a second there.
Yeah. We were talking about the recording process of Frozen being a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Very love-hate.
Yeah.
That.
Like most of the reaction is, "Oh yeah, it's a great song," and then like me, it's just it took so long. I've heard it so many times.
Well, I wanted to say some stuff. I didn't know if like he wanted to leave and we continue for like a couple more minutes, just you and me.
Well, I
just
didn't
so you can-
drive here, so that's
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I gotta take
Gotcha.
them back,
Gotcha.
or you take them back. Doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, there's a couple more things I want to say, but like, I guess we could just talk about Frozen. I don't want to get into everything else because if we get into everything else, we're gonna be here for another like half hour.
Yeah.
But no, I was just gonna say that one was funny because like I was just sitting there at the main menu at Halo Master Chief Collection listening to. Dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
dun,
you're
dun,
talking
dun,
about how you first came
and
up with the riff.
that was the riff, and then I was thinking like, well, how the fuck would I go about anything with this? And we were thinking like, maybe have bass fill out certain parts or something like that. Or I had a really weird chorus actually I originally did.
I don't even know if I remember what
It
that
was like
was.
blah, blah, do 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 do.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And that's actually
Good Lord,
that right there is actually where the vocal melody ended up coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Was what the original guitar thing was. I was gonna turn into bass, but then the bass thing ended up being completely different.
Yeah.
Because we had Jim come in there and just did like a real melodic type thing, completely different than what I was doing. It sounded a lot better than I was doing it. It was a lot simpler than what I was doing too. I was completely overthinking it.
Yeah.
We'll do that. Yeah, that's one was just a weird process. It's like I knew it was good and it could be good, but all we had to go off of was my guitar and Kent's drums, so I didn't really know. The vocals added something, but then the bass added something. But even I can't say I mean, I wasn't thinking it was gonna be it was gonna not add anything, but I wasn't expecting the lead guitar to add as much as it did. It's so simple, but it adds more character than just what my rhythm's doing.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, and you don't really do the whole lot even. It's just like you have.
Ouch.
No, I mean, like, you know, yeah.
None of us do a whole lot in the song. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Ouch?
really, when you look at it, like the
the
chorus is Jim's going whatever on the bass, and we're just going. Blah, do, do, do. Anyway, yeah, no, it's just like once the bass and the lead guitar came in, I'm like, oh, it's an actual song now, and then it made me feel better about all the other songs we put together.
That's how I felt.
It gave me a lot more confidence on stuff. I was like, all right, it's actually sounding like something.
There's some parts that make it sound good. I mean, for instance, when we were recording the solo, the not the first part, the second solo, basically the heavy one, the heavier, yeah, distorted one. Yeah. We'll say that it's not really a heavy song. I wanted to shred so badly because the first thing we were doing, you know, I had so much pent up.
Right, yeah, it's the very first song he recorded, so he was like,
I had to really choke.
I was sitting there like, I know we're gonna do a song like that. You gotta pull back a little bit.
Yeah, I remember that.
Pulling my punches.
The song goes from 0 to like 1,000% because he's going.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it took like 4 recording sessions until you
took
actually
a lot of fucking recording sessions.
Yeah, until you actually got what we got.
Almost every other solo was actually pretty quick that he did on the album, except for Peril, but he was going through a lot of stuff during Peril's solo recording.
Yeah.
We can get into. We have a lot of stuff we can get into as far as music, but unfortunately we're kind of crunched for time right now. So I think that's all we had to say as far as Frozen went.
Yeah.
So
we ended on that note. We can pick up where we left off in the next podcast, but
I mean, there's not really much we left off from other than just talking about fitness.
I'm just trying to do it.
I say next time
as soon as possible.
Tune in for. We'll talk about
more music stuff.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Talk about the diet side of fitness, and we'll talk about the.
Yeah, because we only touched on that.
Yeah, and that's a big part of it, and the consistency of it. And in any case, the other thing with music, I think we should touch more on the making. How we felt, how way we felt during that time affected the way we felt about the song, and what it means to us.
Yeah.
I go detailed. We can go.
I feel like I should just say what I was going to say on that then, because I was going to have add a little comment onto that.
I'm just Frozen?
Well, yeah, because like of the amount of time it took, we all went through a lot during that song.
Yeah, definitely.
It was a long.
So but that's why I'm going to leave it because, like I said, that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, there's plenty of these to record, so we don't have to blow our load on our topics.
Yeah,
a one podcast.
Yeah,
we can do another one. It's you know, we can cut it.
Yeah, because one thing I would love to talk about, like music wise, would be music in like video games and like how that really captures it. But
how video game music actually influences our music.
Well, that too.
A lot of times I'll listen to something from some video game and be like, oh fuck.
Well, yeah, it has a way of working back.
How can I take that and make a heavy or melodic guitar riff out of it?
All right, well let's call it then, because we're just gonna keep talking about it.
Yeah, just plenty of other things to say.
Well, hold on. I don't know. When we were gonna do another one, just next week or?
As soon as possible, whenever anyone's available. I'm trying to do them weekly.
Gotcha. Just upload them.
I mean, they won't know the difference because
if it's
Arts Day is gonna be there a week from now.
Yeah. So we could do one tomorrow and just upload it the next week or something.
Okay.
Well, we don't have to do that. I want to. Yeah, I don't know. When you guys want to?
Whatever. All right, let's just close that.
We can text about it. We don't have to talk about it here. So
see ya. Maybe. It might be a little fucked up for that.
Everyone wants to throw out their social medias real quick or YouTube channels or whatever.
Real fast, Kyle, go.
Oh, okay.
Well, we got the.
I feel like we should have ended on him. He has the full on.
Kevin, go.
Kevin, go.
Follow my YouTube channel, Muscle Lab, and then also Taylor Training, my handle. KevMeister92 on Instagram. And
Those are the only important social media.
yeah.
I
That's
guess
all
for
you need to
me,
know.
I mean, my other social
now.
medias, my other social medias aren't as important, but
Because Facebook isn't. It's
yeah,
I don't
my
know.
Facebook's for my friends. Sorry, but yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
I mean, you
Sorry, go fuck
can,
yourself.
you can follow me on Twitter on all the other handles I'm about to say. YouTube.com/KentDog117. This is 1G, and then Twitch.tv/KentDog117. Yeah.
Well, I have the Darth Tay, my main Instagram, DARTH, and then space TAYTAY. Then I haven't used a Twitter much. There's the Threatline Twitter, which is literally just Threatline, and it was weird the way the handle worked and the way I typed it in weird. I don't fucking know what it was because the name's Threatline, but it's @LineThreat. On Twitter. I haven't really posted much on there, but I'll post more in the future. I mainly post on Instagram though. There's Threat Line Official. I actually forget where the spaces are. I think it's Threat Space Line Space Official, but you can find it if you look on Darth Tate or look on that because they're all linked. Their social medias are linked. Well, their Instagrams at least.
And then our
And then
through Instagrams.
yeah,
Yeah.
then the YouTube channel is just Threat Line, Threat
probably-
Space Line.
We'll probably put this in the description, right?
Yeah. On my pages, I have one of those link tree things. I don't know if you guys ever seen those.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where it just shows all my links.
Not usually for podcasts, but yeah, I've seen those.
Well, yeah, it's we got the podcast and music and all that kind of stuff. It's just the best way for me to throw that out there. I don't really know. Yeah. Well, I have a website that's like bought and stuff like that. We haven't really done anything with an
Yeah.
actual website yet, but we will.
So until then, we're not going to promote it.
Yeah.
Coming
Okay.
soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
coming soon.
I'll put
Website
also in
near
the
you.
description. I just wanted to.
TaylorTrain.com as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I think that's it. Yeah. See ya. Oh,
Bye.
that's not nice.
I'm kidding.